All right, hello everybody. I wanted to um, do a quick run through the double money this week on the tow truck business, specifically the tow truck missions and salvaging the vehicles here. Started working on this video and then realized I forgot to do the voiceover, so going back through it here, hopefully a minor detail. So we got the first car lined up here. Some of these are really quick, they're like a half a mile or less. You might be using kilometers when you're playing, but some of these that get to be over 3 miles. I've had 3.6, 3.7. So we've grabbed this first car here, and now we just got to return it back to the salvage yard. And didn't do too good. I tried to jump over the curb thinking I could take a shortcut, and that didn't work out. So here we are getting ready to head back. So we'll get this one back and then just go ahead and do another one. We've got the two lifts here. Overall, I've liked the salvage yard business, the chop shop. It's been a lot of fun. I love the vehicle robberies. I will say I'm a little disappointed. I was hoping that we could buy these vehicles back. I've got, as you can see here, I've got four full slots. We might not be able to tell here, but I've stolen four cars. So this one took me like 6 minutes to recover. Um, and you can see off to the side, I've got all the cars that I've stolen. I've got the Imaggio. I've got, some other nice ones. I'd like to be able to buy them. So far, I can't. So we're going to go head off, get the second vehicle here. Looks like this one's a bit of a drive. As always, I'm going to cut out the boring parts of the drive and just show the pickup and the recovery. So off to get this one. This one was all the way up at the Chumash Plaza, so a pretty far drive. Now the thing is, with these two vehicles, you've got 48 minutes for each one before they're salvaged and you get the money. So the other thing is you want to try to fill that in. I mean, I guess you could go do the Cayo Perico heist or whatever. Let me get the second car back in. Now our lifts are full. So we got to fill in that 48 minutes with something. A couple easy things you could do would be to go do the export good mission. I've got a bunker, so there's always the spare gun parts where you get like 50 grand for that. You get 50 grand for the export goods. So sometimes if I'm in a lazy mood, I don't feel like concentrating, I'll go do that. The other thing is, like, I've got the aircraft hangar business. I got the cargo business there, and I'm starting to get pretty good at grinding on that. So yeah, we got the 48 minutes. So let's go do a source mission. You may not be able to catch it here, but I'm concentrating on the jewelry right now. I typically will concentrate on one or two types of cargo so that you can get that bonus. Sometime I'd like to do a video maybe just on the cargo, the hangar cargo business specifically, and some good strategies for doing that. I used to always hire Rooster to go get it, go get crates, but that costs like 25,000, and typically you're only going to get one crate. There's a small chance you might get two, and a really, really small chance you'll get three. And then they're random, so you don't get the bonus unless you concentrate on a particular product. So here I screwed up. I do this a lot. I've never learned. Um, I forgot to set up my Oppressor Mark II as my personal vehicle, so I just used the vehicle available there at the hangar and had to call my mechanic to get that oppressor delivered. I'm lazy. I want to do these missions quickly, so I almost always use my Oppressor Mark II so that I can get to where I need to go and get back quickly. And you'll see that here. This also could serve as some tips for the this business because I've learned over a lot of playtime that I really don't want to grab the trailers and you know, pull a trailer all the way across the map with the goods and then get attacked. You can blow the things up and then just really grab the crate with the oppressor. And I'll show you that here in a minute, kind of jumping ahead of myself. So the first thing is to try to take out some of the enemy, and I always like to use the oppressor for that as much as possible, at least until my homing missiles run out. You see the orangish, I guess, looking, well, it's not quite orange, but that trailer over there has the cargo in it, the jewelry. Now you can see I'm trying to blow it up. The grenades are not the best option here. Really, you want to use a homing missile or maybe even better, the RPG. Tried several grenades, tried the railgun, and finally switched over to a homing missile. I had a little confusion here on where that crate was. I saw the green symbol show up, and I thought it was more over by the semi truck here. The so this is what you would normally steal if you were going to take the trailer and then drive it all the way back, and of course get attacked the whole time you're doing it. You can see the crate actually is lying here. So I blew the trailer up and just went ahead and grabbed the crate, jumped on the oppressor, and we're on our way back to the hangar. It's that simple. Now, sometimes what I've seen happen is when I do blow up that trailer, another trailer will spawn. And then usually if I blow up that second trailer, then the crate gets revealed. So give it a try. I think it's going to save you a lot of time on grinding those missions. I know that wasn't really the focus here. So now after I've done the hangar cargo, I've still got a lot of time left, so I've jumped over to my CEO office just to do a quick export from mixed goods. And I also recommend, hey, if you go back here, get snacks from your assistant if you need them. I normally do all that stuff back at the agency because I can also load up on body armor cheaply. All right, so we are off to export mixed goods. That's at one of my 5 cargo warehouses. So we're gonna pick up that truck, go deliver it, collect our 50 grand, and then if we need to, fill in the time until those cars get salvaged. And then really you can just rinse, lather, and repeat. You can repeat this process until you get bored out of your mind. I really need to do a Cayo Perico yet. I'll be honest, I have not successfully done that. I've been doing a lot of mission grinding here with all my businesses, and I've done okay with it. I'm up in the 61 million range right now. All right, so we got our 50 grand from that. I think the next thing I'm going to try to do is jump over to the bunker and do some gun part sales. Like every 48 minutes, just like the export mixed goods, you're going to get a truck here with some excess gun parts that you can sell to ammunition. They also refer to these as the ammunition contracts. They're pretty easy to run. You get some pretty aggressive NPCs that will chase you down. But then in this one, it wasn't bad. I was able to stay ahead of them. Usually if you drive fast enough, you can stay ahead of them, which is what I managed to do here. And the distances will vary. This one was like over 3 miles. Some of them are shorter. I recommend, first of all, getting a bunker. Do not get the bunker. I think it's the Polito Bay one or whichever one is up there in the middle of nowhere. That's a terrible one to get. I ended up getting rid of it and buying a different one because those missions are just way too far. So the other thing I like to do is occasionally go jump back over to the nightclub, do a check-in. In this case, I really don't have a lot of money in the safe. I like to let it usually accumulate up to 250 grand before I do anything. Sometimes maybe a little less. I'm always watching on the popularity. You start getting less money in the safe if you let that go down. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that 50 grand now since I'm here, and I think I'll go boost that popularity. It's not that bad. I could come back in an hour or two and deal with it, but I'll just go ahead and take care of it here. So I like to go down to the basement and do that. If you go down to the basement, that first level, you'll avoid that obnoxious cutscene where the DJs will switch out and hug each other and high five each other. I like to just avoid that. So if you go down to the basement, do that, you're gonna miss that. Of course, now on the way back up, I'm either gonna have to throw somebody out of the club or drive a VIP home. I prefer the ones where you get to throw somebody out. They're much quicker. And you also get a little pay for that. Not usually a lot. All right, so we'll toss this guy out. You usually get about 10 grand, sometimes 11, depends on what's going on. Or, you get a few thousand. And, I'll make the rounds, go over to the arcade, check that safe. I only had like 15 grand in this one, so really wasn't even worth stopping. But I had another reason for coming here. I really like there's I can't even remember what you call it, but there's the terminal that you can have installed down here to keep an eye on businesses. And I don't know about anybody else, but ever since this Chop Shop update, I've been having some big trouble with my special cargo warehouses getting raided, and getting raided even after I retire as a CEO. So I like to come over here, check on the businesses, sometimes do some sourcing and selling from out of here, but specifically wanted to check on these five warehouses I have and see what the stock level was, because I just recently here I got raided. Was doing the AFK thing here a little bit, where you go to the CEO office and just don't enter the building, and you can stay in that state for hours. But unfortunately, what I'm finding out is Rockstar likes to have business raids happen to you when you do that, and it seems to be happening even if I'm not a CEO or a motorcycle club president. And it seems like the frequency of those have gone up. And it used to be where you had to have so many crates in a warehouse before those would even happen. And you can see my warehouses aren't that full, and still have had it happen. So we got the money for this first car, 75 grand's not too bad, really. It's a decent income. And might as well go get another car. I've got one spare left, so I'm gonna head out to go do that. Now the thing is, I did switch sessions, and I went from the invite only, which I personally prefer. I ended up in a public session, and I shouldn't have done this. I really shouldn't have gone to a public session. The second car, though, I did get 64 grand later. So we had 75 grand and 64 grand. We had a total of 139. So, if you like to keep these going every 48 minutes, you can get 130, 140 grand plus the 24 grand you should be maxing out in the safe at the salvage yard. So not a bad deal. So good luck with this, and happy tow trucking.